Welcome to the LA Story Podcast with Stevie Wilson.
Hey people, this is Stevie for the LA Story, and we're here on a film set, which is unusual for me, but we're talking to Jeremy London, an actor who you have probably will recognize from Gods and Generals, Mallrats, Seventh Heaven, Party of Five. He's done an incredible amount of TV and film work, but he's on the set of
The Edge of Salvation.
The Edge of Salvation, which is where he plays a documentary filmmaker making a film about a family who's down on their luck, which is kind of a real typical situation in our times right now, and it's very, very contemporary.
Yeah, like you said, I play a documentary filmmaker who's covering, the situation with the economy and everything. There's a lot of families that are down on their luck, and this is sort of following this one family who kind of loses everything, winds up having to move from Malibu and this beautiful, cushy home by the sea into a bit of a lower class neighborhood, and have to make a lot of sacrifices and adjustments and start kind of learning about themselves and kind of about the things that are really important in life. But at the heart of everything, it's mostly about a story about this young boy whose parents were killed in a grocery store robbery, who's then taken in by this family who's down on their luck. They take him in even at their lowest time and give him a home. And so in exchange, they move into his family's old home in this sort of rundown neighborhood. And so he finds himself back living in the same house that he grew up in, but without his parents around and with this new family. And so, a lot of stuff happens and stuff's revealed, and eventually the actual crime itself comes back into the story. So the documentary I set out to make winds up being something much bigger and more important than what my character originally envisioned. But it's really mostly about faith. It seems to be it's about trials and tribulations and how strong you can be through it all, and keeping God first if that's something that you believe in. It's just, I guess, a really good, feel-good family movie. It's a good thing to be a part of, something my family can watch.
Yeah, really. Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting thing, and it brings the documentary filmmaker actually to be part of the whole plot.
Yeah, I mean, the true documentary filmmakers try not to ever wind up in their own piece.
Exactly.
The ones like Michael Moore and the ones that I'm supposed to be portraying kind of like to put themselves into it, give themselves a little bit of the glamour, and I start off being a much more Hollywood type producer, trying to pry things out of people, but as it goes along, I start to kind of become attached to these people and actually kind of get involved in their plight, and I'm there whenever a lot of really important stuff is revealed about what happened with this boy's family in the grocery store that day. And I make an evolutionary change from being this kind of, Hollywoody type guy into finding a bit of my own humanity through the process.
Perfect. Well, after this, when this is all wrapped and everything, do you have another project on the...
I have a film coming out that I directed called The Devil's Dozen, that I'm very excited about, and I'm also getting ready to direct and produce another film called Our Kind.
Cool. What is The Devil's Dozen kind of about?
The Devil's Dozen is it's a psychological thriller. We kind of say that it's a cross between 12 Angry Men and Saw.
Okay.
That some pretty scary elements to it, but really more kind of just intense anxiety, kind of edge of your seat thriller type stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then the film Our Kind is a bit of a sci-fi piece, with a really, really interesting and intricate storyline. I'm really excited to start that.
Sounds like fun. We'd like to thank Jeremy London for his time today. We're dealing around with all the people here on the set, and they're going to start setting up soon. So this is Stevie for the LA Story. We'd like to thank Jeremy for his time. See you soon, people. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining Stevie Wilson on LA Story. Feel free to check out other podcasts and videos. Bookmark it now. www.la-story.com.